Hi, I'm State Representative Tony Hwang with Fairfield Lieutenant Police Officer James Perez, and we are here at Hemlock Hardware, right in the center of town, talking about hurricane preparedness, particularly in anticipation of Hurricane Irene. The reason for us to be here and having this conversation is the state has declared a state of emergency, meaning that currently Governor Malloy can alter statutes to accommodate emergency procedures. Two, he can actually order evacuations anytime he deems necessary. And thirdly, he can actually order in the national troops if necessary to ensure safety. As we say all that, we have in our state a Department of Emergency Services and Assuredness. And what that does is it has a conduit of reference and lists and information that is provided to state residents to ensure that they are protected from crisis issues like this hurricane. The third thing I don't think a lot of people think about is the fact that the State Department of Insurance has provided some information as it relates to hurricanes and emergencies to anticipate your insurance coverage. One of the things I think you should do before this hurricane hits is the fact that you should check your insurance coverage to ensure what is covered, what is not, and just simply be careful. I think the common denominator is it's common sense. You know, we always think about a hurricane issue of water and flooding, but more than anything else, it is also the fact that you have wind and falling trees in our community. And particularly driving on the Merritt Parkway with the tree falling as we had in the past.
You can never predict that.
And part of the reason is we want to defer and be sure that you have common sense. But most important of all, for you to know that in Fairfield, you have some terrific public service officials, public safety officials who have incredible resources. And I'm here to let Lieutenant Perez tell us more about it.
Well, you know, the one thing that we want, and the reason for all is we want you guys to be safe. We want you guys to be able to not only survive this, but be able to thrive in the future. And the only way we can do that is by preparing, because information is very important. Do not take for granted that if a community tells you or recommends that you evacuate, then please take heed. Do not think that it's okay to stay home, because what's going to happen is once our resources get stretched in the rescue effort, we might not get to you, and we could possibly lose power for as long as a week. And so it's very important that you prepare, and one of the most important things you can do is have canned goods at the home, have enough water for a gallon a day for one person, and just try to have a go pack ready in case you are evacuated. If the governor does call it a mandatory evacuation, you're going to have to pack a bag and make sure that you have your medication, your toiletries, as well as fresh change of clothing, because you might end up in a shelter for 3-4 days. If we work together and do these things and we heed the warnings, like State Representative Hwang just said, we will survive this and we will come out better for it.
Well, when you talk about common sense, it really is being careful, and also for us to have some common sense in regards to some of our neighborly considerations. If you know of seniors, you know of people who are disabled, you know people who are living single, just check in on them, just to ensure that they have all the resources and all the assistance that's possible. In the case there is an incident and requires attention, again, call the police officers, call the firefighters in our community. Don't try to be a hero.
And understand that during during the evacuation process, or anytime during a storm or after the storm, if there is a problem and you're sheltered in place, please do us a favor. Take an 8x11 sheet of paper, which you can find from your printer, and if you're okay and your family's okay, write okay in big letters, preferably green, but any color will do, and put it on a window where we can see it. And if you're not okay and you do need help, write help out and actually paste that on the window. We want to be able to streamline our resources, and the most frustrating thing is to be able to fight a half hour to get to a home to find out that you're totally okay when there's someone else that's actually in need.
And part of, on the bottom of this screen, we're going to be able to provide websites and phone numbers to CLP or United Illuminating, because obviously loss of power is critical, particularly for people that have need for respiratory or any particular mechanical assistance. So the key is common sense, know the resources are out there, and be prepared.
And please, one more important thing. Understand that most of the cable systems of people that have cable today, it doesn't matter what company it is, everything is tied in together. So if you lose electricity, chances are you're going to lose telephone and internet. So you're going to be basically closed off from the world. Have a cell phone available and have a way that you can actually reach out to us, and a portable radio would also help.
Right. And you know, we talk about the weather in New England being so unpredictable, and people talk about the possibility that this storm might just miss us.
Yeah.
And all of this is over preparing. Well, I'd much rather be over prepared than unprepared, because when the storm hits and you're unprepared, it's too late. So in that context, I would encourage for us to be cautious and to be over-prepared, because this is a life and death issue, and it's a safety issue of paramount interest to all of us.
And just know that on a local and state level, we are here and we are in control, and we're going to make sure that we do everything that we can possible to safeguard people first and then property. And you can be sure about that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.